So in this lesson, we're looking at the things called walks, trails, paths, circuits, and cycles. So they are actually very different. They are different in some way, and they have details. And so although we're looking at here, we might be talking about a forest or things like that. In the computer world, these things will be different, and it's probably important that we know that there is actually differences in them. All right. So the first one we're going to look at is a walk. So a walk is a sequence of edges linking successive vertices that connects two different vertices in a graph. So it means you walk to the next vertex without like skipping through any. So here it says a walk in the forest. Using the forest track shown in the blue, an example of a walk is, so there's going to be many walks like examples, but they've given you one and we're going to do it in red. So we start at G1 and they want me to go to the bridge. So I've walked to the thing. So you can see I've walked to a successive vertex at something afterwards. And then I've gone to the fern. Then they wanted me to go to gate 2. And then they've told me to go to the tree, and then to the tree. Then we went back to gate 2, and then back to the fern gully. So that's an example of a walk. So note the double red arrows on the graph indicates the track was walked along in both directions. So we probably should put the arrows of how we did it. So we went to there, went to the bridge, went to G2, down to the old tree, then we went back like that. Okay. So note that a walk does not require all the edges. We haven't used all the edges or the vertices to be different. So even if, another example, if I just went like to the waterfall, to the old tree, that's a walk. Okay, it doesn't matter. I've gone to things. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so a trail is a walk with no repeated edges. So you can see when we went backwards and back over ourselves, that's not a trail. A trail means you will not walk over the same, edge twice. So let's go have a look at this one. So a trail, they want me an example here is I go to the bridge, I go to the fern gully, gate 2, where did I go? To the tree, the waterfall, the bridge, and then back to gate 2. So you can see I did not go over any edge twice. So if we go through that, you'll see the arrows and I never double back on the arrows. Like that. Okay, so that's a trail. So a walk can be a trail, but a trail can't be So a walk, so before when I had that running green, that could be considered a trail as well. All right. So a path is a walk with no repeated vertices. So that means you're not going to the same point again or spot. So let's go do this as an example. So a path is I go from the gate 1 to the fern, down to the bridge, to the waterfall. So once I've been to those places, I can't go again if it's a path. So I'll go the tree and gate 2. So there's an example of a path. So I have not repeated going back to any of these spots, the vertices. All right, so that's a path. Now a circuit is a walk that has no repeated edges, so you don't go over the road again, and starts and ends at the same vertex or the same spot. So let's go give this one a go. I should circuit back, not go over any edge again, but be back at gate 1. So you can see I start at gate 1, and go to gate 1. So I start at gate 1, I go to Fern Gully, I go to the bridge, I go to the waterfall, I go to the old tree, I go to gate 2, I go back to the bridge, and then to gate 1. So I haven't repeated an edge, okay? So I haven't repeated. I did repeat a vertex, and that was B. We did repeat that. However, the circuit passes through B twice. But a circuit just means you don't have double edges. You don't go over. And then finally, a cycle. This is the last one. A cycle is a walk with no repeated vertices. So that one before, because we repeated at the bridge, that would not be a cycle. Okay, so here's an example of a cycle. We go from G2 to the bridge, to the waterfall, to the old tree, and back to the gate. So a cycle, you start and finish at the same spot, but you'd never go through a vertex, except for the first and the last one. You don't double over those vertices again. All right. Okay, so this is just a summary. So you'll be able to get these notes. This is what I sent to you. So just to go over, a walk is open. So it means like it doesn't close up circuit or anything. So are repeated edges? Yes. And can you repeat vertices? Yes. A trail, you can't repeat the edges, but you can repeat the vertices. A path, you don't repeat either. A closed walk, you can repeat edges and you can repeat vertices. So you can do a walk where you go back through and end up at the same spot. That's okay. But a circuit is a closed trail. So remember, a trail, you don't repeat the edges. So there you go. So this is just a little summary.